Good morning. My name is Lynn Thompson, and I am your service leader. Thank you for coming, all of you here in the chapel and those of you online. Everyone is welcome here. Boy, I love that song, Phyllis. Thank you. Always warms the heart. Our theme for today is independence from limitation. Lots to work on there. Living from imagination and understanding. Our affirmation is, I am free from limitation, rooted in divine understanding, and guided by spiritual imagination. I rise beyond fear, doubt, and the past. I discern clearly and live joyfully, expressing my highest self in absolute freedom. I invite you to stand if you're comfortable, and we're going to sing.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Well, good morning, happy July. And that song is true, that no matter what outfit your soul put on, right, however you came dressed, your soul, who you are, is welcome here, and how your soul decided to present is welcome here. I mean, you say, why do we sing that song every first Sunday? Because I want that to be the proclamation as we begin each month together, proclaiming so that anyone and everyone knows who you are is welcome here, period. End of sentence, we done. And so welcome. Today's a special day for me. This is my uncle who has transitioned. Today would have been his 98th birthday. And so I already told him happy birthday. He was my protector against my aunt and mom at times, who had their best interest at heart. They would be jamming me up about something, and I'd go outside, and he'd come out and say, now, Pumpkin, because that was my nickname, now, Pumpkin, you do whatever you want. I thought, yeah, you came outside and said that. You didn't say it. You didn't say it in the house with them. But how wonderful to know that in my secret corner, I had him, his soul, in a body that had a heart attack and a stroke. Said he was never going to walk again. First he was crawling through the house, then had a little cane, then back to driving. His soul had a different story. And so what is the story of our soul today? That you are welcome. And I see the beauty, the holiness, and the God in you. Namaste. Move around the cabin and let folks know. Did you look at these pyramids today? This is what I asked the group to do, and the pictures I sent them, like how traditional church. Look at this gorgeous, and you can't see, this is all shiny. Come and take a look. I am just so thrilled, so thrilled. Pyramid partners, thank you, thank you, thank you. So for our prayer time today, I am conflicted's not the right word. I used to work at camps. And so I thought to myself, I ran a camp one year. I was the dean of Urban Kids Camp. And we took urban kids up to the mountains, which but I realized that if there had been a deluge of rain, we didn't have a plan because it didn't rain like that. And with 100+ kids, oh my gosh, I've been looking at that flood in Texas. And I don't know how to pray other than to know the truth that all is well, that even in the midst of this, I don't know how parents are feeling today. I mean, I know they're scared, they're frightened. You did the right thing. You sent your kids to camp. People just in their house and a wall of water came through. Lily and I were caught in a flash flood, and it was the scariest probably 1 minute of my life. But all of a sudden, water was like, I'm the boss. Work it out. And so our prayer time today, I'm at a loss for words, because can't we just send love, hold space, empower? Now it's the blame game. I don't really care how it happened, because now we have to deal with what happened. So pray for parents today who don't know where their children are. Or parents who do know, unfortunately, their child's in the morgue. Pray for people who lost parents and spouses, that in the midst of this joy and this celebration, Gail and I had ribs and wings. There are people today who are saddened beyond anything I would ever want to touch. Let's hold space. In Indianapolis, I guess some kids with guns went on a shooting spree. Ridiculous. Easy for me to say because I'm not in their shoes. Let's hold space. Let's hold space for people like Sweet Lynn. I'm so glad to see her today. But she hasn't been feeling well. Sorry. Right? But there are other people who aren't feeling well, but they're still showing up. They're still putting in the work. They're still doing things. Let's hold space. I grew up on Medicaid. California was called Medi-Cal. Gail is on her Medicare, and Gail's wife is on that same insurance. And so now I'm at a place of, am I going to have to marry someone else to get the insurance? All right. Let's hold space. Let's hold space for healing of hurt, for anger that's unresolved, for disempowered people who don't know how to move forward in love, so they move forward in lack, and I'm going to take away. I giggle to myself, you create a place called Alligator Alcatraz, and then it gets flooded. Right? We don't need that. That's my opinion. We need to hold space for this nation. Is it going to make it to birthday 250, which is July 4th, 2026? Let us hold space with love. And so the prayer today is, I'm not going to say words, but we are going to vibrate. Pick the vibration. Are you a healing source today? Are you a loving source today? Are you a light in the darkness source today? And let's just spend 1 minute. And you can be more than one. 1 minute holding space. And so it is.
Spirit calls, come up higher. Spirit calls, sing I believe. Spirit calls, come up higher. Love lifts us high and sets us free. Spirit calls, come up higher. Spirit calls, sing I believe. Spirit calls, come up higher. Love lifts us high and sets us free. Sets us free from all lack or limitation. Sets us free to realize who we can be. We are made in the image and the likeness of God. Spirit calls, so stand up and believe. Spirit calls, come up higher. Spirit calls, sing I believe. Spirit calls, come up higher. Love lifts us high and sets us free. Spirit calls, come up higher. Spirit calls, sing I believe. Spirit calls, come up higher. Love lifts us high and sets us free. Lifts us high and sets us free. Lifts us high and sets us free.
The inspirational reading for today comes from the Daily Word. My imagination is the key to my creative power. My imagination is a powerful spiritual gift, one that I use mindfully and with intention as I bring my dreams and aspirations to vivid, tangible life. My imagination knows no limitation. It isn't stopped by circumstances or made small by past mistakes and missteps. My imagination is part of my divine identity, and it is as boundless as the divine. Understanding this, I believe I have the power to create a life full of opportunity and abundance, overflowing with beauty and wonder. Together with my faith, I cultivate the images and ideas born in my imagination and let them flourish in my consciousness. I then take practical steps in the world to create the circumstances for my dreams to become reality. Now more wonderful music.
Don't just think outside of the box, throw the box away. Don't you let those old ideas live to see another day. Do yourself a great big favor, vanilla ain't the only flavor. Don't just think outside of the box, throw
box away. Oh yeah, throw the box away.
What a blessing to have Phyllis as the music director, bringing up those amazing songs. Throw the box away. Yes, that's my sermon. Have a good day. A woman dies and goes to heaven. Expecting a long line, she is surprised to see nobody there at all, except for an angel sitting in a chair with his feet propped up on a table. "Hello there," said the angel. "I am St. Peter. Welcome to heaven." "Thank you, St. Peter. Where is everyone?" He said, "Well, you're in luck. Today is just a very slow day, and to make the time pass, I'd like to give tours to the new arrivals. Would you enjoy a complete guided tour of heaven?" "Gosh, I'd love a tour. Let's go." Well, St. Peter takes her everywhere they go to hear the heavenly choir, 300 angels singing on high. They go to the great hall of saints and the great temple of martyrs, and she is just overwhelmed. Finally, St. Peter takes her to the very throne room of God. Her heart skips a beat, and the light at the far end of the room just blinds her to the point that she can't stand it any longer. She's escorted out. Then St. Peter takes her to a room, a huge room, filled with thousands and thousands of clocks, large and small, all shapes and all kinds. She's puzzled, says, "Well, what is this room full of clocks about?" In a lecturing and professional tone, St. Peter describes, "This is the room of the souls. Each clock in the room represents a single human soul. The time on each clock represents how long each person has to live. And each and every time a person lies, however, the hands of the clock move a bit faster." She glances up and notices a huge clock, face down, just whizzing around at a great rate of speed. Her curiosity gets the better of her and she says, "What is that clock?" "Oh, that one. That clock is for the person who lives in the White House. We use this one as a fan." Now, just jokes, right? Not politics. And actually, this joke is old because it actually said the clock belonged to OJ. So I had, it's like, OJ, he's been gone, may he rest in peace, for a long time. So this is just jokes, okay? Opening story, funny, get everyone relaxed. No hard feelings, okay? And if you do, come and talk to me about it. All right, I see Phyllis really loved it. Okay, so we are Imagine the Impossible is my message today. We're on the power of imagine. Phyllis started us out with that just classic song, Imagine, by John Lennon, who, died my senior year in high school, was assassinated. So we're going to talk about the power. We're going to use the phrase from the revealing word. So I'm going to end this message talking about what are ways people want to know, how can I incorporate it? How can I live this? So one, you got to get some new tools. So here is a tool, the revealing word. That's how we're going to take these terms we're using today. Imagination is not what the Merriam-Webster dictionary says, but we're using the tools that our founder gave us, Charles Fillmore. So in the revealing word, imagination is the faculty of mind that images and forms the power to shape and form thought. But let's be clear that imagination is not escapism, and it's not childhood fantasy. Now, probably ain't nobody in here old enough to know this song, but who remembers Just My Imagination by the... Y'all supposed to put your hands down. I said wasn't... All right? Right, each day through my window, I watch her as she passes by. I say to myself, you're such a lucky guy. To have a girl like her is truly a dream come true. Out of all the fellas in the world, she belongs to you. Soon we'll be married and raise a family, a cozy little home out in the country with 2 children. or maybe 3. What does that last chorus say? But in reality, she doesn't even know me. It's just my imagination running away with me. So when I'm talking about imagination, I'm not talking about fantasy or delusion. Right? Again, we're going to go use that spiritual definition, that spiritual explanation, and then take it as a spiritual tool. It is a metaphysical term and a spiritual tool to which we can practice our empowerment. It is our divine creative capacity to create. And so that's how we're looking at imagination, this way of being, this way of thinking that allows us to create, throw the box away. Let's think bigger. Let's create bigger. Let's do more based on our imagination. And so this month, as we celebrate freedom, and today I want to invite us, as we celebrated the 4th of July, to declare our independence from limitation, the freedom to dream, to co-create, and to live in alignment. My favorite, live in alignment with the divine potential within us, to imagine the impossible. And I said, well, I'm imagining that after service, I'm going to go up to Kroger South and get me some toothpaste and my moisturizer and some mouth. Okay, that's not imagining. This is something I can do right now, right? Doesn't take any power, any creativity, right? Just get in the car and go up there. So this is really an invitation to think bigger. I was at I worked for a nonprofit, and we went to a dinner presentation that was put on by some organization, and the speaker there was the wife of Fred Smith, who recently passed away, the creator of FedEx. And what she told everyone is, put down the money you want to ask these big organizations for, then double it, and then ask for more than that. Because she said they have the money, but people don't ask, oh, can you please give me, $10,000, where they would have written you a check for $100,000. Right? So that's the life that we're wanting to live. I'm just grateful for these breadcrumbs. No, no breadcrumbs for us. Right? But again, it's about our mind. Do you believe you deserve something more than that or not? So we're going to go to some text. We're going to start with the sacred text of Christianity, 1 Corinthians 2:9. No eye has seen, no ear has heard, no mind has imagined what God has prepared for those who love. And so this is an understanding that when we talk about God, we're not talking about magical man in the sky. We're talking about that divine self within, that eternal, that soul, and that if we could let that aspect of us send us visions, empower us to do more, because whatever we can think of, there's still more. Say, well, I saw this, think bigger. Well, I heard this, think bigger. I was thinking about this, more. And then very similar again, coming from the sacred text of Christianity, Ephesians 3:20. Now I know that verse is, now unto him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly more than we can ask or think, right? That word think been also translated as imagine. But look at those words before. See, you don't see it on this text. Exceedingly abundantly more. We're so busy just taking this. And as divine beings, as spiritual beings, as holy beings, we could have so much more. When I say that this room, all of us in here could turn this nation around, I'm not just talking. We really sat down, got in a circle, and set our intention, and we began sending love, imagining people's lives, just like the Grinch, hearts expanding. We could do it, and we get Unitarian Church, and get Unity of Indianapolis, Unity of Cordova, where my friend is. We could really be transformative agents, but we're like, well, I'm just not trying to die. Okay, I get it, okay? But again, can we think bigger? Right, I've been wanting, I don't know if I should say this out loud, but I've been wanting socialized medicine forever. So yes, destroy all the medical systems we have now, and let's do something different. Because what we have is a mess, my opinion. Right, let's imagine bigger. Imagine bigger. And so the two verses that I shared, they're not just some Bible verses. They are metaphysical roadmaps for transformation. You've got to think bigger. You have to be willing for something to happen in a way that you couldn't imagine, but you're open to the impossibilities, not just the possibilities. So we know that kids' imaginations can be really wild. But what happened to us? Right? What happened to us? Right? People said, well, that's not how that can't happen. Oh, it can't? You shouldn't be thinking like that. You need to be grounded in reality, right? All those types of statements robbed us of that creative power. But everything that has ever been created, from this very city, this nation, to the things you love, the sonnets of Shakespeare, the rap of Tupac, your favorite actor and actress, that was someone's imagination that brought that very thing to life. And so look what, all these imaginative people did. Why do we still say, we shouldn't be, imagining things? Okay, why not? Look what the other people did. What could we imagine? I don't know if you remember, Leanne was talking about something. She was the service leader, and she's like, yeah, we can do 4 services, right? I'm like, yeah, girl. I don't know how. We'd have to have some on Saturday, right? I knew a pastor friend that he did 4 services, starting at 7, ending at 1, I think. He had a cot in his office, and so he would take a nap in between or just lay down. But how about that? Could we imagine 4 services happening at this center? Because we had so many people. We have a deal with the library. People can park up there. And imagine and say, well, that's not realistic. Okay, it's not. That's the whole point. All right? Everything that you can imagine is real. Pablo Picasso. So let's take a look at this across a spiritual spectrum. So in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna teaches, man is made by his belief, and as he believes, so it is. Buddha says, or Buddha taught, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. And then even the wisdom book of the Bible, Proverbs, which is really wisdom sayings from across the Middle East or from that northern part of Africa, as a person thinks in their heart, so that thinking, so they are. A belief begins in imagination. I think about, do y'all know about Joe's Big Cat downtown? Right? That's imagination. Say, well, we're going to make a cat. Yeah, okay, make it anatomical. Look at Picasso, okay? It's like, what did you eat the morning that you drew some of these pictures, right? But he was imagining, so I love that. The Mona Lisa. These are the imaginations of people. What could we create if we would say, well, I don't know how this is going to work out. I'm not sure about all the details, but I am believing. Let it be done unto you as you believe. That's a huge thing for our sister New Thought, Science of Mind. Right? And they'll quote that verse from Master Teacher Jesus when the slave master or the Roman soldier came to him and said, my servant is ill. Can you please heal him? And Jesus is like, yeah. He's like, no. I'm not worthy to have you in my house, but I understand. Speak the word. Master Teacher Jesus said, okay, he's healed. Let it be done unto you as you believe. This is all about where is our mind. And it cuts across all spiritual paths. That imagining, creating, that is really the true power. So when we talk about our limitations, right, we're going to be free from limitations. We're going to imagine ourselves free from our limitations. It's not just physical. We can all be free in a physical way. But what are the mental prisons and the emotional prisons and the generational prisons that have us bound? Well, that's not how our family does things. You wanted to think about something, people put you down. And so you won't take that risk again. Say, well, that's just how things are, or that's not realistic. What we're saying is, my divine capacity is controlled by what I can see. But when we decide to imagine the impossible, we break down those barriers. Imagination breaks open walls. When we imagine healing, we disrupt illness. When we imagine joy, we weaken despair. When we imagine freedom, we unshackle ourselves from fear. Imagination is really sacred rebellion. So when the news tells you this is how the world is, you say, I see this, but I double this with love. I double this with care. I double this with graciousness. Thanks for your interpretation. Now let me expand it and draw the impossible to this situation. So imagination opens the door, but faith and will helps us walk through it. H. Emily Cady says, desire in the heart is God tapping at the door of your consciousness. What is that thing that keeps coming back to you? What is it? You say, well, I'm not going to do that because, I'm too old now. Or, I don't have the money now. Or, let me leave it to someone younger. Or, someone does something similar to that. If there is a dream in your heart, a desire, an imagine coming to you, that is the divine you saying, give birth to this, bring it to life. So all the things that we want, a greater life, a healthier body, a deeper love, a thriving community, all the things that we want, it's not just some idea. It is divine mind expressing through us. But imagination without action is just delusion. We've got to be willing to act. We must listen to the divine vision, align with it, and take steps to manifest it. So a new thought will say things like this. Thoughts held in mind, produced after their kind. But those thoughts must be nourished, aligned, and acted upon. Just as a seed needs water and sun and soil to grow, our imagination needs intention, prayer, and movement. I was married before Gail, and things weren't going well in that, and I thought, okay, you have not been using your spiritual principles, so I got an affirmation about the right mate coming to me. So first I would insert the person's name that I was married to. And I thought, well, I already know this is not the right mate, so don't use this name. So I thought, okay, am I willing to let go of my embarrassment that if this doesn't work out, fingers crossed, not work out, right? And so I just started saying the affirmation. I know that my perfect mate, I know that my perfect mate, I know that my perfect mate. Now, if I had never been willing to release the situation that was happening and open to the impossibility that I would get out of that safe and sane and be able to love again, Gail would have never kidnapped me and forced me to marry her. As you know, things went. Right? But I had to be willing to be open. I cannot tell you how many people were not happy about my marriage. I took the man that I was married to some friends of ours in San Diego, always gracious, always loving. They get a call from me, we're getting a divorce. How can we support you? Fine. I'm like, hey, I'm bringing someone to the house for you to meet. So I show up with a woman. We had a great time. Mike and Rafi at this place, ooh, they got some margaritas. I don't know what kind of tequila they're using in there, but Lord have mercy. Then I get a call from Mike. He says, we loved Gail. And if you guys break up, we're keeping Gail. Right? No such words for my previous spouse. But none of that would have happened had I not been willing to say, I think something better can come to me. It seems like it's impossible. I don't know how I'm going to get the divorce costs money. I made a promise for better or for worse. I'm going to hate, right? All those things, right? To say, you chose someone that reflected your own areas of healing. Now that you see that, are you going to stay in the mess or get out? Right? No one said like, oh, dag, I'm shocked. So horrible that you got a divorce. They're like, yeah, girl, right? So anyway, you got to be willing. If you believe the text from the Judaism that says we are created in the image and likeness of God, that means that we too are creators. And if you take a look at that lesson from Genesis 1, creation came out of chaos, but it wasn't the creation of chaos. That a creator can say, this is a hot mess, but let me make something out of it. We're down deep in the hole, I can still make something out of it. The power of imagination is not frivolous, it is foundational. It is how we create with meaning. It is how we rise above fear It is how we remember who we are. So ask yourself this week, what have I stopped imagining because it once seemed too far away? Where have I forgotten that God is still dreaming through me? Because, beloved community, Spirit is still dreaming through you. And you are free to imagine again. So I have a congregational affirmation. We haven't had one in a while. So if this is something that you're in tune with, I want to invite you to join me in saying it. We dare to imagine boldly. We align with divine mind and move forward in confidence. Our vision is holy. Our imagination is sacred. And we are the living image of divine possibility. So now I'm going to invite each one of us to take a breath in and out. So people are asking, how do I do this? How do I incorporate these things into my life? What do I do? Right, so the question is, how do I live this positive path of spiritual living? Or how do I continue on this journey of spiritual growth? So, I don't know, right? I mean, the answer is not, it's not like, these 5 things, do them every day, and you will be the best spiritual person on the, there's no such thing. But there are ways that we can be. So, number 1, it's about allowing. Would you allow some good to come into your life? All right, how about that? Would you allow some good to come into your life? Would you allow healing to come into your life? Would you allow abundance to come into your life? That is part of the beginning, and then becoming into alignment. Now, those are the nice little simple talking points. But the real truth is, how do you incorporate the 12 powers, the 5 principles, meditation, prayer into your life? It takes self-awareness. All right, I'm looking at Jody and Jana and my therapist who are like, tell them the truth, girl. It begins with self-awareness. That whatever thing you're hearing, if you're not aware that you need it in your life or that you don't have it in your life, self-awareness. So let me give you some things you can do externally, because I know you're probably sick of like, stop saying it's all about me. All right, we'll change it for a minute. So a 12-step program says you got to change people, places, and things to move in your healing journey. So who are the people around you that continue to invite you to play small, that won't allow you to expand, that talk down to you, that you have a vision, they're going to knock it right down? You say, well, those people are my family. I'm saying, people, some folks got to change. I had to get a divorce. I failed, right? I don't like failing stuff. But that's what happens. Places are the places that you go. Every Sunday I do this, or these are the people I hang out with. Okay? Again, this is about being self-aware. Why do you do these things? And things. What are things? I have all this and this and this, right? So we've got to become self-aware, and what are the people, places, and things that are not helping us? Now I want to come back to self-awareness. I've said this many a times, and I will say it again. Who you are under pressure is who you are. And so one way to be self-aware, you say, well, I want to be powerful, or I want to use my imagination more, I want to use the power of love, or I want to use the power of faith. Okay. When you're under pressure, what are the tools you use? Right? Are you the victim, the manipulator, the control freak? You run away, you shut down. Right? So observe yourself while you're stressing out or wigging out, right? Self-awareness. And say, the next time I get in this situation, I'm going to take a breath and say, I have 12 powers in me, the divine within me, so I'm going to choose the power of love. I'm going to love myself and get the heck out of this mess. Or I'm going to love these people, and even though I would rather slap the taste out of your mouth right now, right, I'm going to love you sometimes from a distance. Or I'm going to use my faith. I'm sick of working here. I'm sick of doing this. So where is my faith lacking that I'm not allowing or in alignment with this? Right? Again, it's on you. It's on me. I don't have a simple way, say 7, chant 7. What is it when you do the rosary, right? Say a Hail Mary and an R. Okay, If those things work, in my opinion, let me watch my mouth, right? Then we'd all be doing them. But self-awareness is the key. Can I choose another tool? Do I want to change? Right? I can come up here and talk about all 12 powers, but if you really don't want to change how your life is, okay. I support you in that for now. But self-awareness is the step to embodying and making room for these tools. All the therapists are like, you go, girl, right? So, and we're doing that. We've got the 12-step group. I've already given you a journal for the 12-step. I have another one to give you, right? We are in this together. We are a center for spiritual growth. Right? So what are ways that you become self-aware? I say, Roy, please turn up the AC. Jonna comes up and says, you are the only person hot in this building right now. So I can say, no, it's the AC, or I had to become self-aware. That yes, probably with all the nylon I had underneath my clothes, I was 100 degrees hotter than everyone else. Be self-aware. That is the first step. And when you're self-aware, you can become self-responsible. And then you're cooking with grease, because then you've got the power. And it's all up to you, and then we come around you as a community. We come together as a community, and we make it happen. All right, I'm over my time. Any questions, though? All right, the therapists are like, run out, Minnassa. You're just doing too much today. It's all good. It's all good. All right, Phyllis, let's go on to our meditation time.
In the stillness of the silence, I am one with perfect life. I am healed, I live in freedom. Joy now fills me, fills me. Mind and heart, in the stillness of the silence, I am one with light and love. I am wise, my thoughts are loving. Peace now fills me, thrills me, mind and heart.
I'm going to invite you as we continue in this sacred space, as we step now into our meditative time. Just take a moment to be comfortable. If you're comfortable, close your eyes or just soften your gaze. Become aware of your breath. To breathe in and out. Allow your body to relax. Shake those shoulders and your fingers. Just relax. And breathe in and out. And with each breath, imagine the boundaries of your current life softening. Feel the limitations dissolve. You are free. Now bring to mind a vision of something greater, a possibility, a dream, a new way of being. See it clearly. Feel it fully. Know that it has appeared in your sacred imagination. It is possible. Let these words encourage you. I am a creative vessel of the divine. There are no limits on what Spirit can do in, as, and through me. Take these words. I am a creative vessel of the divine. There are no limits on what Spirit can do through me into the silence. Take a breath in, breathing in divine possibility, and exhale every limitation. And when you are ready, slowly bring your awareness back to this time, this place, carrying with you the power of imagination and knowing that you are free. And so it is.
As you believe, you will receive. As you believe, you will receive. As you believe, as you believe, you will receive. As you believe, you will receive. As you believe, as you believe.
Would the greeters come forward, please? Together, I am an abundant being in an abundant universe. I'm not dependent on people or situations for my good. God within is the source of my supply. I always have something to give, and I consistently give it. I expect the best, I give my best, and I now attract the best in every experience.
I am a powerful, creative, spiritual being. I am a powerful, creative, spiritual being. I can create anything I want this life. I can create anything I want this life. The universe is on my side, and I am love. The universe is on my side, and I am love. Spiritual being, you are a powerful, creative, spiritual being. You can create anything you want this life. You can create anything you want this life. The universe is on your side, and you are love. The universe is on your side, and you are love. We are powerful, creative, spiritual beings. We are powerful, creative, spiritual beings.
Thank you, Greta. Let's say the offering blessing together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am grateful. We have a number of announcements, beginning with the 12 Powers class, and that's going to be this afternoon from 3 to 4:30 in the Katie room. And it's going on for the next 5 weeks. And whether you want to come in person or go by Zoom, just let Joni Spain or Phyllis Wycliffe know if you want to join. That way, each session is independent, so you can pop in anytime you'd like. There are a few more announcements. Melissa Kerbin is going to talk to us about the Pride Fest. Come on in.
Okay. Did you not know? No, but it's okay. You know that. Yeah. Hi, everyone. So, first things first for Pride Fest, getting set up, our link to volunteer for a shift at our time at our booth went out on the newsletter on Friday. If you're familiar, if you've used our sign-up sheet to become a greeter, that'll be the same platform, so it'll feel familiar for you. If you don't use email or just want to speak to me, just let me know and I'll put you down for a shift. We have 90-minute shifts. And the reason I have to get those shifts filled early is because I need to put in our t-shirt order as soon as possible. So, when you sign up, if you have last year's t-shirt, please wear it. But if you don't have a t-shirt and you would like another one, when you sign up on the form, once you click like what time you'd like, as soon as you say next, there's a little comment section and it'll say, please provide your t-shirt size if you would like one. So in that little box, go ahead and put that in. And then we'll do lots of other fun stuff coming up about the booth. Like I was, just floating ideas of activities that people can stop by our booth, get some information, maybe have something to take with them. But we have time to talk about all that. First things first, please sign up, pick a shift, and put your t-shirt information in there. And the Pride Fest is August 23rd. We have to be at the booth like at 10-ish, 9-ish, 10. I think we have to be manned from 12 to 8. So we'll need a little bit beforehand and a little bit afterhand. So there's plenty of room for anybody that would like to join us. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.
All right, well, we have a special guest today. We have Julianne, who's going to come and speak to us about what we're hosting, or they're hosting in our beautiful space, the Ayurvedic and Yoga Workshop, July 19th through the 20th. So come on up.
Good morning, everybody. I feel very honored to be here. Thank you, Reverend Minnassa, and all the folks that have made it possible. My name is Julie. I will be co-hosting a retreat with my amazing friend Kashika Singh. She's not able to be here today. She just traveled back from India and is in Atlanta until coming back here. We are going to be co-hosting a retreat based on Ayurvedic seasonal living and very important tenets of yoga. I'm a local yoga instructor here, also have studied Ayurvedic nutrition, and my dear friend Kashika has lived the Ayurvedic lifestyle since childhood. If you're wondering what is this Ayurveda word you keep throwing around, it's ancient, traditional Indian wisdom, ways of living and being. We're very excited to offer this. If you have any questions about it, please let me know. And as an act of gratitude, we have a special discount code for folks here within the Unity community that you can use and also share with any loved ones. We're very excited for this coming up in a couple of weeks, and I hope to see you there if that feels right for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So Lisa Fouts is our liaison or our representative to this group, so if you also have questions, did we have a link in the newsletter? So there's a link in the newsletter, and Seb, I'll talk to you about getting something on our Facebook page, so you can sign up that way. No? Yes? All right. So guess what? I am going on vacation. My mom is going to be here on Wednesday, and I'm excited because I haven't had a chance to do any touristy stuff, so I'm going to do that. So I think we're going to go to West Baden and, of course, to Nashville and the Brown County Nature Center. As I was telling Jana, we got to go see our relatives, and so all those things. So Randy Craw will be our speaker next week, and then Luke Salmon on the 20th, so come hear them to support them. I am excited to have this opportunity to rest. You know, when I did my special dispensation things, of all the stuff we talked about, Dan was like, well, we need to make sure that Minnassa rests. I mean, that was his whole spiel, you know, just that was his whole deal. And so I am grateful to have this opportunity to rest, to spend time with my mama, and all those things. And then I will see you. So while I'm away, our vice president, Luke Salmon, is the contact person. You can always call the office. I don't anticipate this, but should someone pass away, then please let me know, right? Or if you're in the hospital, let me know. Don't be like, well, she's on vacation. Kids, come on in. Ella and Elsa, come on in. So while I'm doing that, if you have any fun thing that you think I should take my mom to, just text me and let me know, and we'll do all those things. Do we have any more announcements, Phyllis, Jana, Joni? We're good? All right.
Will you stand, please? Let's say together the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Let's make our circle and sing, Let There Be Peace on Earth.